Hello folks. So this is the build for today. It's the school busted by Hot Wheels. So like a shorty school bus, which is pretty cool. Like the grille, like the look of it, the shape of it. Even like the little engine pack out of it. I roughed it out with some sandpaper and a file, like I normally do. Came to me without any wheels. I've frozen out these wheels already, like I normally do. Steely's on the front, so my Friday wheels on the back. So I'm going to put on. Got this engine with like a blower. I'm going to cut out the hood more to get this to fit, so it look cool. Front mounted MG that's going to go on the passenger side. Those are both by Anvil Industries. Like a cow catcher style thing. Don't know what the actual technical term is for that thingy. It's going to go on the front. There's North Star, so is this mine dropper on the back. And I've got some mesh for the windows. So I'm going to mesh all the windows, apart from obviously the passenger window. So I'm going to lose that glass. Casting wise. If you want, size wise, if you wanted to put a crew in this, you probably could, because it's a decent size seat wise. So sitting figures have worked well, but not for this build. So this is I'm going to paint this yellow, which I've done a few yellow, obviously. I do yellow over black like I normally do. And then I'm going to graffiti it like it's been a school bus. I'm probably not going to put the school writing on there because I haven't got a school decal, but we'll get the drift. Yellow, possibly put a black line along this. I'll mask it off, like a single black line all the way around, look pretty cool. First things first though, that's the wrong pen. Need a fine liner. So I'm going to keep as much of this shape, what we've already got already on this. Line up the blower. When I'm going to cut something like this, always line it up a few times. Cool things about this, with it already having an engine in the bonnet, is I don't have to drill it or anything like that. I can just use my files. So these are them Draper files I keep on going on about that are cheap as chips, but pretty khaki. These square files though, that they do, really good, especially for cutting holes like this. So what I'm going to do is put it in the corner and file straight into this corner. Do the same here. Then I'll thin this out with this half round. I just use the flat side because I've snapped all my fully flat files. And then what we can do once that's done and cut out, you can see, I'll put this upside down, that although the blower sticks for only a little way, it's quite tall. So what I'm going to do is, once I've cut the hole, work out how much I need to cut off so I can attach this to that grill piece, so that drops in and out as it should do, and then that'll keep the height of this without me having to glue it into the hole. Then that means I can remove it and paint it separately as well, which is always handy with stuff like that. Once I'll time lapse this, by the way. I'll time lapse me cutting this out because it's drudgery otherwise, and you have to watch this cack for however long it takes, which is no joy. So I'll do that. Once I've done that, I'll probably time lapse the mesh as well. And then we'll do the wheels. I might time lapse a lot. I don't know. If I think of anything good to say in between, I'll say it. Today we are fueled. I've been up since 4, so it's my daughter. And my partner's not very well either. This new, to me, because I don't really drink energy drink anymore, Monster Punch. My girlfriend says it tastes like Code Red Mountain Dew. I'm not sure. It's nice. And I've got some vegan Haribo as well. So, sugar times. That's vegetarian, sorry, not vegan. But I'm not a vegetarian or a vegan, I just prefer that. It tastes a bit like Canuba wax, but hey, it doesn't matter. Right, time lapse. I'm babbling. Time lapse, we'll get cracking on this. Turn this light off. Don't need this light on, there we go. The sun's sort of out. time lapse, get cracking this. I'll time lapse as much as I see fit, and then we may stop in between and move backwards and forwards when I talk a bit more. Be a one-day build, this one. This is Saturday. I've just released a video today on my styrene builds. Also going to film another video today as well about stuff I've got coming up. But we'll do this build first. So yeah, time lapse. There we go then. I cut off the time lapse halfway through because you can't really see what I'm doing. I'm just filing and it's a bit dull. Was going to try and notch out just for this belt and the pulley, but the post is in the way, so I couldn't do that, so I had to square out the front. Now, so we've got this humongous hole here, but we don't want, so that's the line where this starts peeking through. So I really want to cut hardly there. So I've got the handles on now, one sec. Hardly there. That's an awfully unstraight line all the way across. This is awkward. Awkward. Doesn't matter, it's slightly wonky. I can file it afterwards. It's incredibly wonky. Some Hot Wheels plastics don't like being filed or sanded. They're not going really crappy. See, that's still too high for me, which I thought it would be. Another thing is if I cut it too low, I can just space it back up, so it's not too bad. I want it to be there, but obviously not functionality wise, but in a real life point of view. Sorry, I'm off the camera again. I keep on forgetting that. In a real life point of view, if I'm going to have a machine gun in this window, I don't want the engine blocking it. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Just like that. So I'm going to glue those together, and I'll add the mesh. So I'll do it on time lapse though, because, well, you know. Alright, then that's all the mesh in, the wheels on, the blower's drying as well. Mount this machine gun up. What I'm going to do is normally I'd make like a pivoting mount for it, but I'm not going to on this. I'm going to use the ammo belt to help give it a bit more rigidity. So it's 2 points of contact glue wise. There we go. Oops. In fact, I can get 3 points of contact. If I get this, no, it's a little bit too short to get 3 points of contact. But yeah, so I got the ammo belt and the side there, holding it on. That way if it gets knocked, it shouldn't come off and go flying anywhere, which is obviously everyone's biggest fear with stuff like this. And once it's all sealed up, I wouldn't want that to happen. So because the gap at the top is so thin and small, top of the gun, what I can do is drop a small amount of glue on there. No, that's 3 points. It's on slightly in the wonk, but that's cool. I quite like that. Barrel's cool. That's cool. Let's have a little look what we're looking at now. Saw as well on the time lapse I had to do a little bit more filing on this hood. because it wouldn't quite fit. Let's put the interior in, which shouldn't be affected in any way. Nope. Okay, the interior is a little bit affected. I might have to trim some of that mesh down. Okay, so we're getting there. We've got a machine gun, got blowers. Sorry, the sun keeps on bloody going in and out. Okay, so next thing we've got to do, have this bumper guard. Let's try and work out what's impeding this. I think it's this mesh up the sides. It probably is, because these have got grooves cutting into them. So let me just give it a bit of a wiggle. There we go. Try that now. It'll also be that glue in there is probably in the way as well. But yeah, like how this is coming together so far. It keeps on wanting to open, which is annoying, but we'll work that out in a second. Maybe do that off camera. So, 3 mounts for this bumper guard are here in the bottom middle. Oh, it's upside down. That was nearly an incredible faux pas. Oops. It's really low at the front, this as well. I want to get the guard on as straight as possible. You come into a little bit of a problemo where you get your finger on it and you can't see. That's why I do like super glue activator, because I can go boop, and I've got a little bit of time with some wiggle room. Yeah, I like that. Once that's dry, it's not going to move anyway, so that's cool. So now I can move the whole thing. Right. Last thing to put on this then is this rear mine thrower. It's going to go right over where this number plate is. I have to be careful with this. It's going to have to go a bit higher, I think, actually. If I think about it and look at it, yeah. It's going to have to go right here at higher. Can't go lower. I don't really want it half and half, so it's going to have to go higher. Purely because if it's overhanging this bumper, to open this you've got to twist the base back. I'm just going to knock it off. But I've had that on a couple of vehicles before I've done it, and I thought, oh yeah, that'd be cool. No, as a mine for a like mine dropper thing, I still like the look of that. So there we go. Let's see, work out what's causing this to stay open. I think it's just the interface between the cab and stuff. Yeah, nice. So come back next once I've got a base coat on this, and I'll probably just put the yellow on as well, purely because watch the Renault 5 video if you want to see me paint yellow with a sponge. I'm just going to do exactly the same thing. It's a bit of a waste of video. Alright now folks, so this is where we're at. Done the same yellow I did on the Renault 5. So coat of yellow over black, then a brown wash, then more sponge yellow on, left the gaps where the black is there and there. Not really bothered. Masked off a stripe around the middle. So for where the lights are going to be, which I'll put lens like glaze over the top. Paint the machine gun and the mesh. Painted the wheels and the bumper on the base. Base colours on the grille and the engine. So when it's together. Gonna look something like that. It's pretty cool. That black stripe's a bit thicker than I want it to be, but it doesn't matter. I think it's cool. It could go just like that. I wouldn't need to do anything else, but I'm gonna. So I've cut out all of these decals for the graffiti, so I'm gonna stick them all over. Probably not gonna do any hand graffiti today. I like hand drawn graffiti. I've got a project I want to do a lot of graffiti on anyway, a terrain project, so I just do use a lot. Well, I won't probably use all of these, I've cut them out anyway. I'll use a few. Then what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to matte clear coat it all. Then I can do my weathering over the top, my rust effects and stuff like that. So yeah, so we'll time lapse me putting all these decals on, and then we'll come back once the clear coat's on and it's dry. Coolio. Alright then folks, there's all the decals on that I'm going to put, the graffiti decals. I had a couple of mishaps, including that bottom tier Apocalypse Bitches. One sort of slipped a bit, but I managed to get it back. As you can probably see from the time lapse. I just pulled the decal next to it out of line. But we're about there. Use a bit of water to push that corner down. Gone a bit crazy on decals, but you know me. Oh no! Yeah, it's turned out alright. So let that water dry off. Now matte clear it, so blend those decals in a bit more. To be honest, on this yellow, because the wash I've used giving it a slight shiny surface, it's hard to see anyway. Yeah, that's basically the look we're going to go for with this. I'm going to do my normal rust passes, etc. The headlight details last, so I don't put any rust or anything over the headlight itself, and then we'll come back once I've done all that. All right. Well, I'll come back once I've done the clear and the rust pass, but I'll probably time lapse that anyway. Cool. There you go then folks. So this is the finished article. As you saw in that last bit of time lapse, I've just applied some rust using some base crafts weathering powder mixed with pigment binder to make it like a paste, and applying it with a paintbrush, and then using a bit of sponge to stipple it to give it more texture. Seems to come out really well. Then I used the paintbrush to drag some down as well to make it look like rust as the rust stains have been travelling. That's a little bit orange, but I quite like it like that. I haven't done a really rusty car for ages. Graffiti decals came out really nice. As a whole, super impressed with the whole thing. It has got a matte clear on it, although it does look a bit glossy in places, not fully cured. Need to leave it overnight. But yeah, that's really it. My partner, she liked it when it was yellow with the graffiti and a bit worn. She said the rust she doesn't like. So I said to her, she wants me to make a yellow car. She likes the Renault 5 as well. She wants me to make a yellow car. She can choose the car and the weapons, and I'll paint it yellow, and I'll do a video about it. So it'd be quite cool coming up. But yeah, it came out exactly how I thought it would. Probably better than I thought. I always surprise myself. Well, not always, but most of the time I surprise myself how good stuff comes out. So super happy with this one. A video in the bag. The school bustard's a nice little short school bus anyway. I quite enjoy doing different castings what other people have done. While this has been going on, I've been making something else, but I can't show you it because it's still drying. Yeah, that's it really. Next video out will probably be a terrain video, which I probably might film tomorrow if I've got time. Tomorrow's Sunday, so it just depends. I'm back at work now, so I'd actually like to have a day where I don't do anything and I spend it with my family, so we shall see. Anyway, catch everyone next time. Thank you.